Is there a single word I could use to describe that? Every year, Britain's Got Talent finds amazing talents and opens doors that change their lives forever, but not everyone's path is paved with roses. Are you all okay? No. All right? Oh, Malakai Bayoh, a musical prodigy with a voice that touches hearts, stepped onto the stage unaware of the storms that were waiting for him behind the scenes. Could they decide the fate of this young star? Let's look at Malakai's amazing journey. A journey where talent and challenges come together to make an unforgettable story. Malakai Bayoh was born in London in 2010, a city where cultures mix and opportunities abound for those with talent and determination. He comes from a humble family and was introduced to music at a young age, which would shape his destiny in ways that no one could have imagined. His parents, who were originally from Sierra Leone, moved to the UK in search of a better future. They brought with them a rich cultural heritage that included a deep passion for music and the performing arts. This passion was passed down to Malakai from a very young age. His home was always filled with classical and modern melodies, which sparked his love of music and was encouraged by his mother. When he was only 7, Malakai joined the choir at St. George's Church in South London, but this wasn't any ordinary choir. Under the direction of conductor Scott Price, his natural talent began to grow there. Malakai learned how to improve his voice and also discovered the deep power of music and how it can express feelings that words often fail to do. In addition to improving his voice, the choir taught him the values of teamwork, perseverance, and discipline. The rigorous training in public performances helped him build confidence, preparing him for even bigger stages in the future. The first turning point in Malakai's journey happened by accident at a school Christmas event, where he was chosen to sing "O Holy Night" as a soloist. Teachers and classmates were stunned, and that moment opened up a new path for him. A video of the performance quickly went viral, getting millions of views. This sudden fame became a major milestone that pushed Malakai toward dreams bigger than he could have ever imagined. His family was inspired by the overwhelming response, so in 2022, Malakai auditioned for Britain's Got Talent, not only to show off his talent but also to challenge himself on one of the UK's most prestigious stages. Years of musical. With strong family support and a burning desire to sing, Malakai got to this music moment. For him, Britain's Got Talent wasn't just a competition, it was a chance to share his voice with the world. Every note he sang carried the hopes and dreams of a London boy ready to step into the spotlight. With a strong foundation and a heart full of passion, he was ready to take the stage. Now it was only a matter of time until his moment to shine. Let's all witness that moment together. Malakai Bayoh was nervous and excited on the day of his audition for Britain's Got Talent. He was with his family, including his mother, who was his biggest fan, and his sister, who had always supported him. Backstage was buzzing with energy as contestants eagerly prepared for their chance to shine. As Malakai stepped onto the stage, the murmurs in the audience died down and was replaced by a sense of anticipation. He faced the judges, Simon Cowell, Amanda Holden, Alicia Dixon, and Bruno Tonelli, and he introduced himself with a smile. Malakai, who is only 13, chose to sing "Pausa" by Sarah Brightman, which was a difficult piece that required both great vocal technique and deep emotional expression. From the first notes, the room went silent, captivated by the purity, strength, and emotion in Malakai's voice. As he reached the high notes with grace and precision, the audience seemed to hold their breath. When the final note rang out, the whole room erupted in thunderous applause, and many people stood to their feet. Looked at each other in shock. Simon Cowell, who is known for giving harsh reviews, was the first to speak. He praised Malakai's amazing voice and praised his courage in choosing such a difficult song and performing it flawlessly. Amanda Holden praised the unique emotional connection he made through each lyric. Then came the defining moment. Simon Cowell reached for the golden buzzer and pressed it. As he did so, shimmering gold confetti fell across the stage, letting everyone know that Malakai would go straight to the live shows. The golden buzzer wasn't just a ticket to the next round, it was an endorsement of his talent and the start of an exciting new journey. Backstage, Malakai broke down in tears while being held by his family. He had not only impressed the judges and audience, but he had also officially begun the journey to making his dreams come true. This audition wasn't just a performance, it was the beginning of a new chapter full of opportunities and challenges. Winning the Golden Buzzer meant that Malakai was no longer just. He had become a top contender, but with fame came a lot of pressure. For the semi-finals, Malakai chose to sing Omo Babino Karo by J.O.Pini, a song that required advanced vocal technique and deep emotional expression. It was a risky choice for a young singer, but it also gave him a chance to show how mature his voice was. He began an intense period of training like never before, with vocal coaches helping him master the technical challenges of opera beyond. Malakai worked on controlling his breathing and expanding his vocal range. His schedule filled up with vocal rehearsals, stage runs, and sessions with performance experts. A stage coach helped him fine-tune his presence, making sure that every gesture and expression connected with the audience. As the semi-finals approached, Malakai was ready to take the stage again and take another step toward becoming a true star. His performance in the semi-finals was a testament to his hard work. Omo Babino Karo required not only great vocal control but also a delicate emotional delivery that captured the desperate plea of a daughter to her father. As he finished the last note, the crowd erupted in thunderous applause, and the judges couldn't hide their admiration. Alicia Dixon was especially impressed by how Malakai connected with the crowd, making them not only listen but really feel every word he sang. But just as the spotlight shone brightest, a heartbreaking tragedy unfolded. On the eve of the finals, Malakai suffered a terrible personal loss. His grandmother, who had been with him through every step of his journey, died. The news came on a cold morning, which was very different from the warmth his grandmother had always brought into his life. She had been by his side during practice, cheering him on through tough times, and being proud of his talent. Her death was a deep shock that shook his whole world at a. When he thought he was going to break, his family, mentors, and friends from a show gave him strength. They not only comforted him, but they also reminded him that his grandmother had always been proud of his accomplishments and would have wanted him to keep going. This tragedy, while painful, pushed Malakai to reach a new level of artistry. It showed the true power of an artist, the ability to turn sadness into music and use those emotions to touch millions of hearts. With his newfound strength, Malakai stepped into the grand. Everyone in the UK was looking forward to the final, where one young talent would be crowned champion of the country. Malakai chose Nes and Dorma, the legendary aria from Pundit by Pini, which was a risky choice because the piece required not only a wide vocal range and perfect technique, but also a strong emotional core to convey its message of triumph against all odds. It was this very spirit that had carried Malakai to this moment, as the stage curtain slowly rose. When Malakai walked out in a sleek black tuxedo, he exuded the poise of a true opera performer. As soon as he started singing, it was clear that this was more than just a performance. His voice, which was strong, unwavering, and full of emotion, echoed through the auditorium, soared through the high notes with stunning clarity and power. As he reached the climax, his passion and determination were more clear than ever. Malakai wasn't just singing, he was telling a story with his whole heart. There was complete silence in the room before the whole auditorium erupted in raucous applause. Many people in the audience rose to their feet in admiration, and some couldn't hold back tears because Malakai had made them feel so much. It wasn't just flawless technique, it was the power of a soul that had known pain, love, and the ability to turn loss into art. The judges, who had seen Malakai's journey from the start, couldn't hide their admiration. Simon Cowell, who is known for giving harsh feedback, began his speech. Malakai said in a strangely reverent voice, "This wasn't just a performance, it was a statement. You didn't just show that you have a great voice, you showed that you have the heart and soul to bring a piece as complicated as this to life. Absolutely outstanding." Alicia Dixon nodded, her eyes shining. "You have grown so much since the first day you stepped on this stage. Tonight, you didn't just perform, you really connected with everyone in this room. You sang with all your heart and strength. Malakai, your performance was world-class. Your presence, emotion, technique, and overall enthusiasm were all flawless. You are a shining star, and no matter what happens tonight, your future is undeniably bright. Amanda Holden, who had been following Malakai's journey with great compassion, spoke with emotion. Malakai, you have faced challenges that no one should have to face at your age, but you have overcome them with remarkable grace and resilience. Tonight, you sang with your soul, and as the judges talked about their thoughts, everyone in the room knew that Malakai had not only met but far surpassed the high expectations set for him in the final. He was no longer just an exceptional contestant, he had cemented himself as one of the most memorable young artists in Britain's Got Talent history. No matter what the outcome of the competition was, one thing was clear: Malakai Bayoh had not only conquered the stage, he had touched the hearts of millions. In the end, that was the best victory an artist could have, a fresh start after Britain's Got Talent. Malakai Bayoh's grand final performance didn't just mark the end of a journey, it also marked the start of a promising new chapter for this amazing young talent. After Britain's Got Talent, everyone was excited to see what he did next in the world of classical music. After his deeply emotional journey on the show, Malakai's career not only continued, it took off. His amazing talent caught the attention of Universal. Right after the final, he signed a recording contract with a well-known label. This was the start of his professional career in the classical music industry. That autumn, Malakai released his first album, Golden, which was a mix of classical pieces and modern songs that showed off his artistic range and depth. Notably, the album included collaborations with two famous musicians, Sir Carl Jenkins and Andrew Lloyd Webber, who were both very interested in Malakai's artistic growth when it came out. Golden received high praise from critics, who praised Malakai's ability to bring maturity and emotional depth to every note. The album quickly topped the official classical music charts and did very well on the Scottish album charts, confirming his status as a rising star in the classical music world. The success of Golden led to opportunities to perform in major venues, and Malakai made his debut at the Royal Albert Hall, where he played songs from the album with a full symphony orchestra. The event was televised live. Millions of people watched him, and he became known as a promising young opera singer. After that, Malakai continued to perform at major music festivals across Europe, even though he was often the youngest performer there. He left a lasting impression on both newcomers and veterans of the season, and his success had effects beyond his own personal accomplishments. It caused waves in the classical music industry, and Malakai became an inspiration for many young musicians, rekindling interest in a genre traditionally dominated by older artists. Music schools and youth orchestras saw an increase in enrollment. Many aspiring musicians said that Malakai's performances sparked their interest in classical music. His name came up a lot when people talked about the role of young talent in the arts and how important it is to nurture musical prodigies from a young age. In addition to his own career, Malakai is also involved in community outreach programs working with music education. He always talks about how important it is to keep going, learn, and love music. Every song I form carries a part of my story and my heart, Malakai said in an interview. He thinks that personal experiences, whether they are good or bad, make art better. One of the most important things he has learned from his journey is how to stay true to himself in an industry shaped by trends and commercial pressures. He wants to be more than just a talented artist. From a promising contestant on Britain's Got Talent to a famous classical singer on the international stage, Malakai Bayoh's journey shows how talent, hard work, and the power of music can bring people together. With a rising career and growing influence, he is not only solidifying his place in the industry but also paving the way for the next generation of young artists. These values have become guiding principles in Malakai's musical journey, allowing him to shine not only on stage, but also in preserving and sharing the artistic legacy he holds dear. Malakai's goals go beyond his singing career. He wants to use his fame to promote music education, especially for kids from poor families. One of his biggest dreams is to open a music school where talented kids can follow their passion without having to worry about money. I believe that every kid who loves music should have the chance to do so. Malakai's vocal coaches and mentors have high expectations for him because he has a unique blend of technical mastery and emotional depth that makes him stand out in the world of classical music. Malakai isn't just a great singer, he's also a storyteller. He makes the audience feel every word his coach says in an advanced class. Aside from his success on stage, Malakai is also exploring new musical areas. He wants to try out different styles and even write his own music to make original works. He also wants to work with artists from different genres to make new musical fusions that reach a wider audience. Malakai's family, especially his mother, is proud of both his accomplishments and the person he is becoming. Seeing him grow up being kind and humble despite all the attention he gets makes me prouder than any award she gave him in an. According to an interview, he is very thankful to his family, especially his mother and late grandmother, who taught him a love of art. Beyond fleeting fame, my family always reminds me that the true value of music is not in the applause, but in how sincerely you convey it, he said. As he looks to the future, Malakai Bayoh is no longer just a young singer who came out of Britain's Got Talent, he is steadily becoming a respected artist and an inspiring figure. A gifted showcases the power of talent, hard work, and a genuine love for the arts. He wants to increase his influence within and outside of the music industry. His career continues to grow, leaving a lasting impression not only on stage but also in the hearts of music fans all over the world. In the near future, Malakai will continue to look for new opportunities, work on international music projects, and inspire people to follow their artistic dreams. Let's look forward to and follow this amazing voice's next steps.